What is going on, guys? My name is Rage and I'm back today with another video for you all. Hope you guys have been staying safe. Hope you guys are doing well. In today's video, you guys, I'm very excited to show you my playthrough of how I was able to go through the Doom campaign 1-6, ultimately unlocking Thor at 3 stars with a relatively low power team. So let's dive right into the roster. I'll talk about quickly their abilities and who I utilize, and then I'll show you guys the playthrough. So first and foremost, you guys, for nodes 1-4 to 1-6, it does allow us the opportunity to utilize Guardians of the Galaxy, so we're going to definitely utilize that as our main core. Starting here, you guys, I do have Rocket here at 39k. As you can see here, he's at tier 11 with a couple of pieces there just to boost his health. I do have the 3 red star on him, no T4s. And as you guys can see here, for the ISO 8, I do have his ISO 8 Raider level 2. And the level 2 just gives him an additional 10% boost in health, as well as being able to synergize with our Striker as well as Skirmisher in this roster. Next, you guys, I do have Groot at almost 38,000 here. He has no T4s on any of his abilities, but you can see here that he does have a tier 11. And as you can see to the right here, his ISO 8 is a level 2 healer. He's going to be assisting with our team in terms of providing sustainability and being able to keep our team alive with his defense up and his abilities. Next, you guys, for energy replenishment and being able to be a battery for Rocket Raccoon, we're going to utilize Star-Lord here. We have him at 36k, 3 red stars as well, no T4 on his abilities. And as you guys can see, consistent with the other 2 characters, he's also at tier 11 for gear. And as well, you guys, for his ISO 8, I do have the Skirmisher level 1 here, and it's just going to synergize again with both the Raider and the Striker in our team to provide that additional DPS when needed. Last but not least, for the Guardians here, you guys, I am going to utilize Mantis. I do have her at 35k with the 4 red star here. Tier 10 only. Fortunately, haven't been able to get the materials, but that's quite alright because we're able to utilize and successfully complete the nodes given what we got. And as you guys can see here, I do have her additionally as the level 1. Didn't need to update to level 2 just because the health boost wasn't really necessary. She provides a lot of sustainability for our team and roster. So that's the Guardians, you guys. So that only leaves the 5th character that we're going to be utilizing. Last but not least, you guys, I am going to utilize the leader of the Asgardians team, Thor. Having him at tier 11, you guys, as you can see here, I do almost have him a 45k with the 4 red. Additionally, no T4s on his abilities, but really, Thor is going to be the brunt of our damage here, you guys. I do have him with the level 2 ISO 8 Striker here. What that does for us is he's going to be dishing out additional damage, and with the level 2, it does give us a 10% boost on his health, just to boost his stats as well. So that completes the 5-man roster, you guys. Diving right in, I'll show you guys quickly the playthrough. In terms of overall placement here, I am going to put actually Thor in the middle here just so that he gets more of the attacks. I'm going to isolate both Mantis and Groot on the right side and keeping Star-Lord and Rocket Raccoon on the other side, just to ensure that the squishier targets are away from our tankier roster. Starting off here, you're going to see that we are up against a mixture of the Brotherhood as well as the Wakandans in addition to X-Men. So from the get-go, I am going to go ahead and target both the Black Panthers just because they do the most damage here in this situation anyways. But Psylocke is definitely not someone we can underestimate as well. Fortunately, once again in this node, similar to the last, we do get Doctor Strange, and with his abilities, he's able to flip all those conditions to red. And that's exactly what we want to do in the beginning, because doing that, you're going to see that Juggernaut does activate his taunt. But because all the other targets, enemies that we're up against were in negative conditions, that allowed the opportunity for us to use Rocket Raccoon to finish them off. So that's on the next wave here with Mordo, Mantis. From the get-go, it would be nice if we can get through Juggernaut's taunt first, but Mordo's definitely going to be the target we have to take down just because we don't want Mordo to maintain his upkeep on his heal blocks against our roster, especially with Mantis being able to provide sustain. So that's why I am trying to dish out as much damage as I can to Juggernaut. Unfortunately, if he maintains his taunt, we just got to play it smart. We just got to keep healing when we can and soak it until the taunt goes down. And obviously, we're going to go ahead and target Mordo afterwards. So fortunately, I do like this synergy of putting Star-Lord also all the way to the left as well, because he does provide energy to Doctor Strange, and with more Doctor Strange energy, that gives us the opportunity to not only be able to revive, but as well as be able to flip those positive to negative conditions. So again, after we've done some more damage to Juggernaut and the surrounding cast, again, I got to emphasize we do need to take out Mortal, just because, again, if he applies his heal blocks, we're not going to be in a favorable position. As you can see here, Doctor Strange is going to be handy to revive, and I've done that with just Groot. Bringing this back, you know, this is nice that we get Doctor Strange, because he can almost ensure that we can get the 3-star unlock, even with deaths occurring during battle. And with this roster, it does have really good sustainability, as you'll see. So I am allocating damage right now, weakening both Juggernaut. Black Panther's weak. Now I just got to weaken down Mantis as well as Mortal, and you'll see that we're going to be in a really good position here in timely for Rocket Raccoon's ultimate. So really, this is the stage where you can definitely take your time. And in a situation like this, once again, utilize Rocket Raccoon's ultimate. It dishes out, killed 3 of them in one shot, spawning the last 3 characters, which would be Mr. Sinister, Drax, as well as Psylocke. So if you can get to this stage, this is definitely another tricky part. And as you can see, I waited for Drax to use his taunt, and then flipped his condition using Doctor Strange, and that's exactly what you want to do. So you can time it just so that you can save Doctor Strange's his ultimate to be able to do that. It's definitely favorable for us. Oh man, perfect. As you can see, Mr. Sinister, he does clone our Groot, but that's quite alright. That's definitely one of the targets we can get away with. And once again, Groot dies, but he gives us a boatload of benefits, which is definitely what we want, because at the end of the day, we still have Doctor Strange's revive, so that's no problem whatsoever. In this wave, however, I do need to emphasize that Psylocke definitely needs to be taken down, just because Mr. Sinister, Groot, Drax, they really don't do a lot of damage at all, and getting through Drax's taunt is really the big issue. After doing that, you know, definitely try to focus on Psylocke. So once again, another revive for Groot. You know, MVP definitely here is Doctor Strange, but fortunately, you know, we get him for free of charge. And even if you guys can be able to utilize another Doctor Strange, if yours is high enough, I definitely recommend having 2 Doctor Stranges for this playthrough is definitely advantageous. Unfortunately, my Doctor Strange isn't that strong, so that's the reason why I didn't utilize mine. And once again, I'm going to utilize Doctor Strange's special here just to flip all those conditions. And once again, we're going to resume our assault on Psylocke. We need to take her down because she does do the most damage. She's the biggest threat to our roster right now. So we'll continue our attack here. And again, take your time. There's no rush. There's no time limit to taking this node down. We can take our time with this. Really focus on healing your team. Really focus on keeping an eye on everyone's health bars, generating as much turns as possible. If these are the last three characters in the wave, Mr. Sinister, Groot, as well as Drax, you're in a really, really good place to actually 3-star this node, just because all 3 of them don't really do a lot of damage individually. And additionally, if your Doctor Strange is still alive, he's going to be able to revive, and you see that's exactly what I do right there, bringing back my Rocket Raccoon. So from the get-go, out of these 3, the first one to take down will definitely be Mr. Sinister, just because he can keep creating clones. Additionally, he has a heal as well, so he's definitely one of the tankier guys here, despite Groot and Drax being more of a tank kind of nature. Mr. Sinister actually has really good stats for being tankish as well, so that's exactly why we need to take him down. He's in the way right now, and additionally, we just don't want more clones popping up, especially if they clone our Thor or Star-Lord, who does have high DPS, right? So we'll finish off Groot there, and then we'll continue our barrage on that's exactly what I'm saying. Mr. Sinister, right from the get-go, again, he does clone our Rocket Raccoon, so we gotta take him down just because Rocket Raccoon can do some serious damage to us, especially with this clone being higher than ours, actually, just due to the fact that you know, the Mr. Sinister is quite formidable in this node. So we're up against the higher rated team, so that's why we gotta be mindful of his clones. You know, why the heck not? Just finish off Draxter just because of his weak health. We'll go ahead and we're gonna finish off Rocket Raccoon. Finally, and then now that only leaves Mr. Sinister. So not exactly the plan I was hoping to accomplish, but Mr. Sinister just made it so that we have to kind of adjust on the fly. So that's quite all right. Fortunately now, because it's just him, Even if he has a clone, we're going to be quite all right, especially with our Doctor Strange still alive and well. And, you know, like I said, this roster has a really good regenerative abilities, thanks to Mantis, thanks to Groot. Even when Groot dies, he leaves a huge benefit for our team. And really what's putting us over the edge is Doctor Strange being able to, A, revive when we need those revives, and B, being able to flip those positives to negatives to our advantage. So there you guys have it. That is the 3-star for Thor's node, utilizing my roster and team. So please leave some comments and likes. Please feel free to give me any feedback, but hopefully this was able to give you guys some insight that you don't exactly need a 250k plus team to unlock this node. I was able to do just fine with this roster. So as always, I do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next one.